After a very long 5-year hiatus, I have a gut feeling that Victoria's Secret Angels are gonna have a comeback in Halloween costumes in 2024. So I'm gonna give you guys the deets on the lead hairstylist and makeup artist on the looks. The lead artist, Diane Kendall, wanted to highlight the model's natural beauty features, which included a sultry round smoky eye, some pale gold shimmer in the inner corners and softly around the face, flushed high pink cheekbones, and satin neutral lips. So that is just the basic overall look for her vision, but you know, everything is adjusted to the model's eye shape, to their skin tone. The goal was for it to be skin textured, but to be bronze and glowy. So I'm gonna use Glossier. I'm gonna use one that is leaning more to my skin color, one that's a little bit more bronze that I could contour with. I'm just gonna brighten my eye with a yellow pigment just to make it bright underneath, because I don't want to pack on too much concealer, given that this is a natural kind of look. I'm gonna take my natural color and we are actually going to mix it with this Rio Sunset oil. This is a glow oil, so it's nothing too like glittery. So I'm gonna mix this, lightly pat it. What's nice about the Glossier product is that it's very natural. You could build on top of it and it still looks natural, and you could get more coverage, which is like a miracle. The makeup artist used a pale gold, a golden hour. This is Miracle Balm by Jones Road. I'm gonna take some of this and we're gonna get glowing some more. So I'm gonna take my beauty blender, just kind of pat it in these areas. Cheekbones. It's almost like a lip balm you could put on your face that just makes you look alive. And it comes in all different shapes. Now I'm gonna take that same beauty blender and dip this in the more bronzy color and almost like contour with it. My regular concealer, a little bit more closer to my skin tone. I don't want anything too light because your natural skin will show from underneath and most likely cause like a gray looking under eye, which we do not want. I'm usually very heavy with my under eye. You know, this is the best I could do, like can't go any less. Like this is it. I like my under eyes bright, so this is me trying. This is from Pure Cosmetics. I'm just gonna powder very lightly in areas that I feel look and will get oily. Okay, now that we have our glowy base and bronzy finish, let's get to the eyes. The brows are pretty natural and groomed, so we're gonna do that. I'm gonna keep everything in place with the brow glue by NYX. I'm gonna make sure I kind of push it down as I go. So she used a brown kohl eye pencil for the eye base. I do not have a kohl liner, so I'm just gonna draw this on and kind of just smudge it over my lid. Just working out pretty well. So Diane and her team made sure to do the eye looks according to the model's eye shape. So I'm not gonna adjust my eye shape too much. I'm just gonna keep it pretty natural. Okay, so this is where the pale gold shimmers come in, and I see her working it with the flat brush. So I'm gonna take a flat brush and I'm gonna keep it in the inner corners because it seemed like the inner corners were the most intense out of the whole face. And they weren't too perfectionist with it, really carefree how it was applied, so I'm gonna leave it to that. I'm gonna take the rest that's on my brush actually and put it up here. This brush, I'm just gonna highlight with that eyeshadow. I'm not gonna go too crazy. I feel like it was really minimal where it was. I'm just gonna put a little bit on my cheekbones. I don't want to color in my lid too much. Just kind of outline the bottom brow, blend it a bit. And that pale gold was also applied. I'm not sure if she used a flat brush, but I don't usually use a flat brush when I do this, so I'm gonna use my finger. I'm just gonna pat it. Just right in the center like that. See how it gives that gleam of light? Blend it very gently with your fingers. This still gives it a nice glow, but with the depth of the liner still shining through. So I'm just take a black kohl pencil and just line the natural shape of my eye from front to end, and then we'll take a brush and do like a gentle fleek, make a really cutesy cat eye. Now we're gonna blend it in. We're not gonna blend it out. We're just gonna fill in any gaps. Kind of swoop back and forth kind of deal. So the edges can look more clean. This edge, I'm just going to lightly flick it. I'm gonna take my nail and bring it out. I'm not gonna fill in my waterline, but I'm just gonna push up to fill in the gaps in between my lashes. The problem is when you think about filling your waterline and you're actually going into your waterline, that will cause like what I call like a stamping, where you close your eyes throughout the day or night and then it gets underneath here. That is something you do not want. I noticed that most of the models have a warm brown eyeshadow just to define as liner under the eyes. I'm just gonna do it kind of halfway. I don't want to close it up. So they use like a Pinch Me sort of shade, which is actually called Pinch Me, and it's in MAC. Very center of our apples, and work our way up on our temples as well. This gives us a lift. Whatever's left on the brush, we're gonna slightly just kind of give ourselves a sun-kissed look. So for the lips, they used a satin color, which is in between like a matte and a gloss. So something, you know, pretty natural, but still glowy. So I'm gonna mix Thanks It's MAC and Kind of Sexy together. These are all MAC shades. That's just gonna give it a sheer nude base. And then I'm gonna go in with Soar by MAC. So the liner was really close to the lip color, but it was still prominent. It was not blended in. So what I'm gonna do now is take the other shade, and I'm gonna kind of leave the center out. And then we're gonna throw on some lashes. I'm just over here laughing because like I was expecting something totally dramatic or different, but this is the exact technique I've been using on myself for this whole year. This is really actually a trend. I don't know what I was expecting. So I'm just gonna add a little bit more bronzer, just something of a warmer tone. Just came from my vacation kind of glow. Yes. Okay. Yes. So if you looked at the last video at the model, she actually was wearing half falsies. So I have the perfect ones to wear. I know you and I both, we were expecting the fluffy, big 90s blowout, but it still didn't disappoint. So instead there were teased wigs, or the model's natural hair texture was teased. And then there were blowouts that incorporated smooth, loose waves. And then there were really high ponies that really snatched these models' best features. So for a high pony, I just left out the 2 quadrants in the front, just so it doesn't really pull my hair, really style it much easier. Pull it together. I would usually use a boar brush, but it's too far away right now. I'm gonna take a smaller rubber band, gonna tie it together. You really want to make sure your pony is high enough before doing this part, because there's no turning back. It is a pain, but it will look cute. To get that extra oomph to your pony, I'm gonna cut it in half. Take the bottom piece and take a rubber band. I probably use another smaller one, but this is all I have right now. From my reach, that is. Tighten it. Flip that over. That should give you your oomph. Of course, we're gonna take my favorite smoothing pomade. It's by R & Co. Kind of looks like a deodorant, but you know, I'm so happy I didn't wash my hair last night, because this would have been a pain. Okay, I'm actually gonna take some hairspray because the sleek back look is looking extra snatched. one section at a time. Like, I swear every single hair is pulled back. No strand left behind. I don't know if it's like super tight on their head or if it's just super sleek that it looks tight. This is as snatched as my hairline is gonna get. So yeah. So that is the Victoria's Secret fashion show trend in 2024.